So this tutorial is intending to help you set up the VISOR project. This is basically a clean installation of Ubuntu 14.04. It is a 64-bit operating system, but should work on 32-bit. If you want to install it on Windows, there are additional steps you need to take, but you should be able to figure it out. If not, you can ask me. So the first thing to do is install Qt. Originally we set this up with Qt 4.8, so if you have that version installed, the code should just work automatically and you shouldn't have to change anything. However, I'm going to show you how to set it up with Qt 5.3, the latest version, which is the easiest to set up because it comes automatically in this online installer. So grab the version that is compatible with your operating system. I'm going to grab the 64-bit version. That'll download. And then we just need to extract it and run it. So open it using a terminal. You can CD to the downloads folder. There's your file. Notice that it doesn't have execution permissions, so we'll change that. U+X, and list the files again. You'll notice it does have that X bit set and the file color is changed. Now you can just run it by / the file name. And this will start the installer for you. Don't really need to change very many of the defaults. Actually, I don't go through this here, but you'll notice that the Android kit comes installed by default. You can untick that if you want to. It's not necessary. So, installing Qt, this is going to take a few minutes, so we'll just let that run. After that's installed, just close it. It'll open it, but you don't need to run it yet. We don't even have the code yet, so there's nothing else to do after it installs. Control-C. The next thing we need to do is get OpenCV. Actually, we'll just go to the main OpenCV page. I'll show you that. And the Linux version. Save that file. And in the meantime, we'll go look at the installation instructions. So this page is basically the most complicated part, I think, but it has everything listed there that you need to do. So we'll just go through each step. Get the build essentials, and this will install G++, the C++ compiler, and a bunch of other things that you need to build C++ code. So it's installing a version which is greater than what we need, which is good. It's fine. Yeah, we need git. Actually, after we get git, we can download the source code for VISOR. OpenCV finished downloading. Just extracted. while we're waiting, let's check out the VISOR code, get it on our computer. All you need is this repository URL. Copy that. And we already have Git installed. Make a projects directory and then git clone and paste that URL in, and that will check out the code. Meanwhile, let's continue these steps to setting up OpenCV. Just check the version. That's fine. But we need the dev packages anyways. A note about the VISOR project: when you're checking it out this way with Git, you will be able to commit and save your work that way, but you won't be able to push unless the administrator of the GitHub project grants you those permissions. So if you want to actually change the code and make it available for other people to check out from the repository online, you should talk to Jason about getting those push privileges. So we have Qt installed, we have the code. It's not going to build yet because we haven't configured OpenCV, but we should be able to open the project. So we'll open it. Configure it with the compiler that you have. The Android isn't set up, but debug release, that's fine. So the project should look just like that. Should be able to open the code. Squigglies under the OpenCV library includes, but we'll fix that by setting this up. Next. The rest is fairly straightforward. Alright, building OpenCV can be very long, so I'm just going to skip to the end here. After it's built, you need to run sudo make install, and that'll copy binaries to the right place on your system, and that shouldn't take too long. There you go. So now in Qt, all of these includes should be found properly and OpenCV is installed. So that's good news, and there are only a few things left to do. If you were running Qt Creator 4.8, you won't have to change the code, but if you downloaded 5.3 like I just did, we'll have to make some changes to the code. They just changed where a few things are found. So for example, take out that prefix there, it's just Q application now. You need to add widgets to the Qt configuration in the project file, and the include path doesn't seem to work. That is a command that you can run in the terminal, just dynamically gets the includes for OpenCV. Instead, we'll just run that manually. And copy the output and just paste it in there. So it'll be hard-coded, but it'll work on your machine. Not exactly that portable, but for our purposes, that's fine. Take out the -i flags, and let's see what happens. Qmake. Well, you should do a clean Qmake build. Some warnings. They don't really matter. Don't quote me on saying that warnings don't matter, but these ones are fine. There we go. It built. So after it builds, we'll just run that. Hey, presto! VISOR project. Let's check the object recognition. There's a sample image included in the repository. There we go. Looks good to me. Pentagon, square, triangle, bit of noise. So I hope everything works out for you. If you have questions or if there's a build error, try Googling it. Usually copying and pasting the compiler output error is very helpful. If you can't figure it out, you can feel free to contact me or Jason. And yeah, hope you enjoy working with our code.